Welcome. This is yoga to activate your inner fire. We do these by focusing 12 different poses, left and right, broad, warrior, and standing poses with a wide-legged stance, some with knees bent, some squared forward over the front leg, and some squared to the center, bending to the side. As we enter each chakra and their pose, you are invited to move left to right, back and forth, feeling into your foundations, grounding both legs, teaching them to work together, and extending your upper body only out of these foundations. By using one breath on each side and then shifting to the opposite side, your body will teach you how it needs to move and come to life with inner fire. This is wildness. When you die, you will give this body back. A spiritual practice will help you to heal and make your best dreams into your reality. Stand in mountain. Inhale. Open your arms. Prayer position at the heart. Exhale down, inhale up on your toes, hands on the top of your crown, divine pose. Exhale, hands behind the back of your neck, sleepwalker, elbows in, breathe through the throat. Exhale, hands down, Buddha belly, belly out, balance between the front and back of your thighs. Inhale. Up, exhale, down, ragdoll pose, nose tip. Belly in, melting. Inhale up, chair pose, solar plexus. Inhale, exhale, forward fold, belly to thigh. Feet slightly apart, shoulders open, palms open, centaur pose. Inhale, jump or step into goddess pose, sinking into the root. Exhale, knuckles to the ground and fists. Inhale, up, ape pose, chin. Inhale, open your arms into star pose for the navel, focusing in on your core. Exhale, palms to the ground, bend at the knees. Low squat, third eye, stare at the ground. Inhale up, hands prayer position at the heart in mountain. Step your feet wide. Begin alternating side to side. Your foundation is square forward, your knee is bent over the heel. Your arms are down. Inhale to center, exhale into the opposite side, back and forth. Make this easy, and when you're ready, inhale the bent knee arm up. The back arm goes down and the shoulders separate. Reverse warrior. Stay in your foundation. You're still going. One breath. Inhale. Hand up, exhale down, switch sides, inhale up, exhale down, switch sides, inhale up, exhale down. Each time you're learning a bit more about your body. Next one. Center, wide angle, prayer position at the heart. Open your hands wide. Breathe with focus on your heart. Inhale your hands up, top of your crown. A wide leg divine pose for the crown. Rotate. Similar stance. Now keep your hands on top of your head. One breath, switch to the other side. Do easy natural versions. You're grounding the back heel, and now lower your arms and feel the difference. So you're just moving your foundation, and you're getting more and more of these. You're feeling between the balls and heels of the feet. You're feeling between the inside and outside edge of the foot, and you're lowering your hips. Next, raise your arms in Warrior One. So the arms come up in prayer position high over your head, and you sink a little deeper into the pose. You're still working on the foundation as your basis. So the raised arms must not induce any tension that draws your attention away from your foundation. You can stay on each side for several breaths. You can lower your arms back down if they distract you too much. Focus on whatever distracts you the most and see if breath will teach you how to adjust the position. Next round, inhale your way to divine pose. Hands on top of the head, legs and feet in. Walk your hands behind your neck, bring the elbows in, sleepwalker pose. Breathe for the throat. Throat chakra, here we come. Dips. So you're bending your neck, chin to chest, inhale up, open the throat. Exhale down, chin to chest, inhale up. Take a new wide leg position. Now, alternate back and forth, one breath per side, but sink down a little. Put your weight on the knee or just above it with one hand. And increasingly reach towards the ground, honoring your easy natural limits. So you're starting with easy, and then you're deepening to the point where you feel natural and strong. If you can, walk your way down so two hands meet the ground. And you're rotating. Inhale to one side. Exhale, sink as you face forward and slightly raise your head. And then take a breath, move to the other side. Back and forth. You're sinking into those hips, which we've been opening, and working on extending the length just a little more. Take a pause in a wide angle forward bend before continuing, reaching through the back heel, long lines of energy, sinking deeper by extending the distance between your feet. Find your natural limit. And then walk your way into center in a wide angle forward bend where you stay. Take a couple breaths. Jump your feet or walk them into center and come up into Buddha belly pose. Belly out, balance between the front and back of the lower back. And begin to do some hip circles. Iron out these hips where we've been opening so much energy. 3 rotations on each side in rhythm with your breathing. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Relax, back into Buddha belly. Fingertips down, thumbs around your waist. And then step your legs wide again. Bent over the forward knee. Then inhale your way up. Rotate, bend down, chest to thigh. Inhale your way up. You can meet your hands behind your back. You can either clasp one wrist or you can thread your fingers. So you're inhaling, rotating, exhaling, bending down over the bent knee, inhaling up, rotating, other side. Find your rhythm and pace and stop doing such a pronounced forward bend and lift if it's too much. Simply lean over the front leg. And it's fine to go back and forth between these limits as you narrow in on what works for you. You're working on creating more distance while staying within your easy natural limits. If you go past a point of strain, you are not accomplishing. You are confusing your body with tensions that it can't integrate. Find your center, pause, breathe, facing forward. Now we're shifting to the nose tip. As you rotate to each side, draw the opposite arm across the bent leg thigh. Each breath and rotation from side to side, go a little deeper. If you so choose, and you comfortably can, drop the opposite arm to the ground, palm beside foot. For an even deeper challenge, move the opposite elbow to rest above the opposite knee and twist your way up. You are rotating from side to side in a way that feels strong and alive. So if you're sinking so far that it's a jerking effort to get up, don't go so far. You need to feel natural, meaning you're capable of moving in a way that always feels relatively empowered and grounded. If you so choose, with the lower arm braced on the ground or above the knee, you can raise the inner arm, the one closest to the bent knee that you're twisting towards, to accentuate the twist. One breath for each side. And after a time, stay. Give each side several breaths. If you haven't done so already. I invite you to step your legs in, inhale your way up, exhale your way down into a ragdoll pose. Release the lower back. Breathe through the nose. Trust the inversion. Inhale your arms up in chair pose, focused on the solar plexus. Begin bear in a chair. The bear is the rotation like a swimmer. While the knees stay bent in the chair position, the arms reach forward, clawing. 3 rotations on a side. Then step wide and begin side stretch. So you go from side to side gently at first. You lean down with the same forearm resting above the knee. Same side forearm resting above the knee, side to side. After several rotations, inhale the opposite arm up. So the back leg and the same side arm are reaching and making a long line. Side stretch. You're gently keeping your body and chest open forward and lowering yourself a little deeper to move towards a straight line from heel to fingertips. At first, it's not straight. So you create a little more length each time and perhaps stay for several breaths. This allows your body to open and go deeper. Leaning deeper helps unless you're putting too much weight through the arm. Your arm is creating leverage to keep your chest open. You should not be leaning on it like another leg. Your core keeps you up, And if it can't, back off in the depth. Return to a wide-legged stance, arms resting down, and shift to the diamond die. Now we're going side to side, one breath per side, bending over a straight leg. Do this gently at first. Keep the chest up. Gradually consider lengthening the distance between your feet. Increasingly, stay down. So you're melting your abdomen towards your thigh. The chest stays relatively up, but your arms are beginning to walk their way further forward to allow gravity to help you lengthen your spine. Next, as you move to face one leg, lift your arms on either side of your ears and bend forward using the length of the upper body with the outstretched arms to draw you further and deeper. This should make it easier to surrender the lower back. Keep your chin slightly up and breathe several breaths on each side now. Next time up, after both sides have had extended poses, inhale your way back to center in a forward bend. So you're drawing your belly in, keeping the legs straight, hands above head, inhale, exhale, bend forward. Belly in, melting into the thighs, stay down. Breathe here. Halfway through the practice, center yourself. Surrender tensions back to the earth. Keep the legs relatively straight, knees unlocked, balancing the energy lines on the front and back of each leg. And gradually, open the feet, wind your way up into centaur pose. Breathe into your lungs. Stretch out each shoulder by drawing the hand to the back of the opposite arm's shoulder. Give a couple breaths, return to center. Then step your way open and prepare for warrior two. So your body is square forward, not over the front knee. This is a different way to twist the hips. So don't use your arms yet. Just use one breath per side, but make them long breaths. To feel this balance, grounding that back heel in all of these poses. Next time through, inhale your arms down, up, then open them straight out. So your fingertips are pointing forward and your gaze is gently following. The back arm is balanced, roughly parallel to the floor. Exhale fully, hands down. Inhale them straight up above your head and then gracefully down into the warrior two. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Feel the power and connect with why this pose is called warrior. Finish up. A final pose on each side. And then center yourself for the root. We're going down in a low lunge. What do you need to do to get there? So you're inhaling, exhaling your way down to the ground. Give yourself as much support as you need with your hands. Then bring your chest up, the knees to the ground. If you feel your foundation solidly, inhale your arms together above your head. You can clasp the fingers and extend single fingers or stay in prayer pose. If your foundation is strong enough, begin resting more into the front foot. So let that lunge element of the front leg bear more of the weight. And now, If that feels like a more solid foundation, begin considering pressing down with both your feet. So you're really alive in both feet. And then lift that knee. So you're lifting the back knee with more weight in the front foot than the back. But that back foot, the top of the back foot is really helping you. Do not do this if you're still working into the foundation with your knee down. It's a very powerful pose that way as well. Once you get both sides in this, bring yourself up. Standing goddess pose. Sink into your knees and give yourself a long, deep lion's breath. Feel the power, root into the ground, and allow your face to stretch every muscle with a wide open mouth and your tongue hanging out. Recognize what this does for you, and then let go. For the chin, straight legs, turn from side to side. You're going to move the opposite hand towards the foot or the front of the shin. This is a gentle twist at first, and you're going to stay with this level of twist until your foundation feels strong. You're building your fire and the depth of the pose by solidly trusting your ability in one level before moving deeper. If you comfortably can, lift the inner arm up. It is fine if it's not straight yet. Recognize if lifting it draws you too much into your upper body and pulls your foundations out of balance. Don't go that far. The goal is for the arms to twist open the upper chest, all from the strength of your foundation. So stay rooted in the back leg, stay balanced up into your root and core, and let the upper body twist out of that space and strength. Rotating side to side, you can begin taking several breaths on each side if you comfortably can. Notice your body telling you whether this helps. And then either continue with those twists or come to the center in 8 pose. Bend down, inhale up, and give yourself several gentler rotations in monkey bars, where you rest and lean to one side, forearm above knee, inhale the opposite arm up in a fist, exhale down, inhale up, other side. Find your center. Before, bending down in a wide leg forward bend. Hands to the ground, take several breaths here. Abdomen drawn in, inhale your way up into star pose. Focus on your navel and give yourself some strong breath of fire here. If you don't know how, simply do some strong breathing through the nose while you feel your belly. If you do know how, exhale with effort, inhale unconsciously, allowing your body to do the work to draw air in. Get the pump going. Side to side. Concentrate on grounding that back hip. Allow yourself to restrain the upper arm until the foundations are very solid. So the front arm's moving down towards the ground. It can rest on the front of the shin, below the knee, wherever you need it to. Eventually, down near the heel or the inside arch of the foot. Allow the momentum of your body to lift the upper arm. And if there's tension in the shoulder, just feel the point at which that tension is stretching in a good way. Your core lifts you, and if you find yourself resting weight on the front fingers or hand, don't. Simply don't bend so far. It's not just how far you can dip down, but it's maintaining the strength in your foundation. Once you've found that strength, stay on each side for several breaths. Keep that back hip up and back, avoiding the urge to collapse it down, twisting towards the front. And allow each breath to show you how to make this a little bit easier. Come back to a wide leg forward bend, centering, bending down. Stay for several breaths. Inhale your way into a squat. Stay for several breaths, staring at one point on the ground. Before rising, Warrior Eagle. So what you're going to do is give yourself a final set of poses, side to side. We've really opened the hips. We've really sunk into a solid foundation. So now you're going to twist out the shoulders by giving yourself eagle arms. The back leg, same side arm, goes under. You twist your arms around each other so the palms come close to meeting. Then, once you've got this, even slightly, you begin lifting the elbows up and trying to keep the hands forward and perpendicular to the ground. You don't want to distract yourself with upper body tension, so back off if you begin to lose your foundation. The foundation is your priority. Ignore the arms if you lose it. And as you feel that foundation, begin to lift and give yourself a little bit of a back bend and reach up even further with the eagle arms. This will open the shoulders and help you sink into your hips, releasing final levels of tension in both the shoulders and hips. One last round, then come to center. Feet in, mountain pose. Pause, plant your feet. Find the outside edges of the feet, big toes turned in. Begin twisting a little. Swinging arms side to side, ironing out the chest. Feeling like you're rotating around a pole. Hands flop, letting go of any remaining tension in the shoulders. Allowing your gaze to be gentle. Inhale your way back to center in prayer pose. Pause and breathe. Is there anything else you need to feel centered and good in this practice? Now is a time to give it to yourself. Consider opening your arms back in a back bend for the heart. Arms open to the side. Gaze at the ceiling. Come back to prayer pose several times. And then stay. Breathe into your heart. And raise the fire into your heart. Feel lines of light from the ground up through your root, up through your core, where it gathers your own personal depth and connection to inner fire. And then raise it still further to be centered with your heart and your prayers. Namaste.